And we are live. Welcome back to the channel. It is Chosen Wisdom Football, a channel for the football purist, for the critical thinkers, for the football fans who like to think about things, for the Manchester United fans who love the club. Big up everybody. Big up the chat already. Shivam in the building, my friend. Big up yourself. Turkish, Soulful Kel. Big up everybody on this good, rainy, shitty weather Monday. Shitty weather Monday. Big up everybody. Let's have a good time today. We have a lot to go through. It is your usual Monday Fallout show. Your weekend Fallout show where we wrap everything up. We look at everything. We've had time to cool down. We've had time to think about things. We've had time for our emotions to just precipitate. I like that word, precipitate, yeah? And now we can think clearly. So let's wrap everything up today. We have Sesko stuff. Sesko injury updates for you guys on today's show. We have vids of Sesko walking off. So he is walking. Slovenia boss worried about Sesko. How long is Sesko going to be out for? Is Xerxes ready to step into the line, step back into the team? Or is the manager going to go with Acuna or a Mason Mount up front? We're going to talk Benjamin Sesko for a little bit and find out what's going on with Benji. Kobe Mainoo, he was injured. So the news has come out that Kobe Mainoo wasn't in the squad because he did pick up a knock, people. That is true. We're also going to talk about Amarim's plans for international break. 2 weeks, guys. International break again. I know. I am sorry. I am so sorry, guys, that we have to endure 2 weeks of international football. I apologize. It's not my fault, but I feel the need to apologize to you guys. But what's Amram going to be doing? What's our manager going to be doing? Let's find out. We're going to talk about why. Because Amram has stated and he's come out and he's told us why Delit is not in the leadership group. So we're going to talk about that as well. I also have news, guys. News to report. Manchester United are going to be offering or selling Carrington tours for £100, guys. Are you going to spend £100 to tour the new Carrington building? Let me know. We're going to talk about it today. Also news that Casemiro and Cunha will not travel far during the international break because they're going to be in London and in Lille, France, for their matches for Brazil. And we also have updates on Martinez. So we're going to go through Sesko stuff, Kobe stuff, Amarim stuff, Delit news, Carrington stuff, and just general talk about the game, guys. We are going to talk about the game as well. Leave your comments, leave your talks, leave your conversations, guys. Let's get some chats going on. Big up Shivami, Bammy. I don't know why I'm saying that, Shivam. Just allow me. Big up Shivam in the chat. Turkish. Ivan, big up my guy Ivan. My guy Ivizzle. I'm again disappointed by the result. We should be second with 4 more points at 22. Midfield is draining our defense, hence we concede the late goals. That is Shivam's point of view. I will say this, yeah. I've seen the stuff, Eddie. Big up Eddie as well. Eddie, I'm not going to stress you out, bro. HOJLUND's not returning. So I'm not going to... Eddie, just chill. Eddie, relax. That's all I can say, Eddie. He's not coming back. Big up to Ivan said, time to put Bruno as a number 10, says Ivan. It's not real. Yeah, Eddie, it's not real. Ivan says, F yeah, £100 to see where Mbumo does his squats for that big back. But Ivan, all I can say, Ivan, is I'm not gonna lie. Those videos, yeah, that we've seen, that tour video that we saw of the complex, that's enough for me. I've seen it now. I saw the video. I saw they released 3 videos in the space of 2 days of the complex, 4 minutes long. One of them was at 7, 8 minutes long, telling us exactly what's there. I'm like, what? I want to walk around and just look at swimming pools, walk around and look at the gym, walk around and look at saunas and computer screens. Like, listen, that 2 minute video was enough. You're not getting £100 from me. I already gave you £100 for my third kit, for that black kit. Yeah. So I'm good. I am good. Anyway, big up everybody. Big up everybody in the chat. 581 subscribers. We came from 250 in July and now we have 581. Listen, we're doing okay. We're doing okay, guys. The community is communitying. We'll go with that. Yeah. Anyway, let's not waste any more of your time. Let's bang out the news. Let's see what is going on. Let's see what the talking points are. What do you guys want to discuss? I'm going to go through this stuff as I always do. And you guys in the chat will talk about what you want to talk about. Sesko's injury. It's unfortunate, guys, that he got injured the way he got injured. And it was unfortunate that we had to end the game with 10 men. There's a lot I want to say, and I could say about the manager's ability to manage the game. There's certain things I could say about him making 5 subs. Most managers don't really make 5 subs that early, and this manager, he did that. He did that. So there's a lot of things I could say, but that's for another time. Sesko is injured. He is injured. We know this. He came off, and we ended the game with 10 men. And the fact that we scored with 10 men, even though I've got a lot of negative things to say, I do think that's a positive thing. Despite the fact, like I said, I will analyze the game and I will release a video later on tonight talking about our second half performances. Every single game this season, we've either drawn or lost the second half. Even against Brighton when we beat them 4-2, we were winning 2-0 at half time. And in the second half, we drew the second half 2-2. We have drawn or lost every single second half this season. So I'm going to make a video about that after we finish analysing that. But anyway, Sesko is injured. Here's a quick video, guys, of him wobbling, wibbling, walking groggily. And I'm not going to lie, people, that does not look like he's coming back any time soon. It doesn't. Let's be real. So, what's the news? What's the latest news? Let's move on. What's been said? What's going on? So our gentle friend, I don't know why I called him gentle, but Fabrizio Romano, he has said this about Sesko's injury. My information is that internally at Man United, the feeling is not going to be a super long injury. Rasmus HOJLUND doesn't have any recall clause in his contract at Napoli. So let's just end the Rasmus HOJLUND conversation. A lot of Man United fans are doing the revisionism thing, saying we want him back and all these things. Be careful about revisionism. Understand what he was doing when he was here. Understand why we let him go. Yes, he's doing well at Napoli. Or is he? Is he actually doing well at Napoli? Or are Napoli just doing well? I don't know. But let's be careful about revisionism. We have Benjamin Sesko and we're not even using Joshua Zirkzee. And Joshua Zirkzee is better than Rasmus HOJLUND. He was better than Rasmus HOJLUND last season by a mile. And he's not even playing. So let's play Joshua Zirkzee before we even think about recalling Rasmus HOJLUND. It doesn't make any logical sense that that's even a thought in anyone's mind. In my humble opinion, guys. In my humble opinion. He goes on to say, let's see how long it's going to take the injury for Sesko. Manchester United will try to discuss with Zirkzee and his agents after they know exactly when they know Benjamin will be ready. That's very important because we have been told Oh, we've heard that Sesko, or should I say Xerxes, wants to leave. He's not getting game time. He's not being played. He wants to leave in January. What does this now do to Joshua Xerxes and that situation? Does he still want to leave? Is he still going to try to push a move in January? Are we going to force him to stay? If we do force him to stay, are we going to play him, or the manager's going to play Cunha in a false nine position or something? I don't know. I think it's pretty clear, my opinion of Joshua Xerxes. He was our best striker last season. He's one of my favorite players. And I've said this many times, and please, guys, listen to what I'm trying to say. There is nothing that you have seen from Benjamin Sesko that Xerxes can't do and can't do better. I'm not saying Sesko isn't better. I'm not saying Sesko doesn't have a better shot than Joshua Xerxes or anything like that. But we simply haven't seen it. How many times has we seen Sesko shoot? Maybe 5 times in like 8 games. What we've seen from Sesko so far is mostly him dropping into that hole, collecting the ball, trying to connect with players the way that Xerxes does, combine. That's what we've seen him mostly do. Xerxes does that much better than Sesko. There is nothing that I've seen Sesko do on the football pitch that Xerxes cannot do. And for some reason, I don't know why or how, Xerxes come from being one of our favourite players last season, and just because the manager's not playing him or don't favours him, people are now starting to adopt a very negative view of Xerxes. Not me. Not me, personally. So we will see. I want to know what you guys think. Are you optimistic about the injury, about the time scales? Would you play Xerxes? Would you play someone else as a striker? Are you worried about what's going on? Are you concerned about Sesko? I hear a lot of Man United fans talk about Sesko, saying he's not good enough. He's a bit too raw. I'm not sure of him. How are you guys feeling about Sesko? Because I did say to people, be warned. He's similar to Rasmus in the sense that he's a bit raw. He's more refined than Rasmus. He is. But he's still a bit raw. He's still learning the Premier League. And that is why I'm so surprised that the manager hasn't used Xerxes a bit more. Xerxes knows the league a bit more. Xerxes is more physical. Xerxes, I'm surprised he hasn't done it. So surprised. So let me know how you feel about this, what you're saying, what you're thinking about this, guys. Can we move on? What's up? What else is going on? Big up Eddie. What's Eddie saying? Man said you're gonna get far in the YouTube game. You gotta do some clickbait. It had a question mark though, Eddie. It had a question mark, Eddie. Not fully clickbaity. Imagine Bruno, Cunha, and Bumo up front. That would be crazy to see for one game at least. I'd still prefer to see Xerxes up front with those guys. Much love, Wiz. Glad to be here, said Turkish. I'm angry with Man United at the moment. Dropping 4 points is frustrating. Only Mbumo and Ahmad should get paid this week. And delete. Big up Fimiens. Big up Ivan. It's going to be Mount, Cunha, and Mbumo. Still can't see Manu and Xerxes play, said Ivan. And that's, for me, is a bit disappointing because one thing I'd also said is that stick to your conviction. What's going to happen is that the manager ideology, because I don't like the manager's ideology. I haven't bought into the manager's way of seeing football. I don't like the system that he plays, and I don't like the way he sees football. So I don't really buy into the whole you need to be running around like an idiot to play in midfield, because Man City don't do that. And they've never done that. Loads of teams don't play that way. So we need to understand there's a million different ways of playing football. And we don't actually need to buy into this manager's very rigid way of seeing football. Because if you do buy fully into his very rigid, specific way, you're going to start hating players. You're going to start saying this player's not good. That player's not good. That player doesn't fit the system. Bro, the manager needs to make the players work. He has to create a system for the players. The fact that Cunha, and we've seen the likes of Cunha and Mbumo, ball out in the Premier League for lower clubs, come here, and yes, Mbumo scoring goals, but he's still not playing like he played for Brentford. Cunha's not playing like he played for Wolves, and that's because of the environment that they're in. It's the system. The manager is not good enough, guys. In my humble opinion, please feel free to disagree. We know this. This is my opinion. I don't think he is good enough, this manager. But we digress. Let's focus now. What is Slovenia boss saying? Let's run through this quickly, guys. So Slovenia's boss has come out, as you can see from this tweet. Essentially, what he's saying is that Man United are not telling Slovenia anything. They're not really giving information about Sesko. And they need to know because that's the national team. So he's come out and he says, with all due respect to a great club like Man United, we have officially not received anything yet. No papers, no documents. We want our medical team to take a look at it. Our doctor is an expert in this field. We don't have just anyone in this position. I cannot comment, of course. I have certain information and I'm also in contact with Benny. I can't say anything because officially we don't know anything at all. United hasn't contacted anyone from our camp. Of course, I am concerned about the player. The only thing that matters to me is his well-being. No, come on, chill out, bro. You need him to play your football match so you can win some games. None of one's where the only thing that matters to me is his health. Shut up, bro. You need him to play football, bro. Come on, man. And then when people say things like that, I'm like, okay. When I go to work, yeah, or when I call into work and I say I can't make it today, and my boss says, oh, the only thing I care about is your health. I'm like, bro, you care about the fact that I'm not coming to work and I'm not gonna make you money. Cut the crap. Anyway, we go on. We are prepared to do everything for that, and we have never sent anyone onto the field if there was a slightest risk. However, the national team is something very special, and I expect maximum respect from everyone. Slovenia deserves that, even if the other side there's a powerhouse like England and something as extraordinary as the Premier League. This doesn't sound nice. It doesn't sound nice. I remember, guys, the days where Alex Ferguson, I think, is it me? And correct me if I'm wrong, people. Fergie hated when his players went on international duty. I remember Fergie always trying to do a thing, like trying to boycott or trying to twist people's arms by telling them to stay or trying to lie and say they're injured. Fergie's not a fan of players going on international duty. He wasn't. So he doesn't sound happy. He does not sound happy, people. But that's his stance. Man United, why aren't you giving these guys the information? I don't know, people. If you care about this, let me know. Big up TK, the man of the hour is here. The guy is here. Big up TK, people. And finally, Laurie Whitwell on Sesko. This is the last bit of Sesko news, people, before we move on. Oh, the camera's gone and I'm back. Cool. Excellent. Benjamin Sesko will stay at Carrington this international break rather than report for Slovenia duty. I mean, to be honest, if he's really that injured, he ain't. Where can he go? He's not going anywhere anyway. But then again, you're hearing news that Martinez is gone over to train for Argentina. So maybe it's the severity of the injury. Like Martinez can actually train. This guy is walking like he broke his leg. So different context, right? Potentially, I assume. Who knows? Let's read on. Assessments will continue over severity of knee injury, but club do not anticipate a major problem. So this injury could be a month maybe, or it could be 3 or 4 months. Who knows? Who knows at this stage? Time span, nobody knows. That's not being reported. People are guessing, people are making assumptions in terms of how long he could be out for, but that is not information that I could find for you guys. So let me know what you're feeling about that. Yeah, apparently we've been told that Manchester United will give a proper update tonight. So before we end the stream, we will just look online to see if Man United have released an update with regards to Sesko. So that is Sesko, people. Um, what's Ivan saying? Um, I love Sesko, but I think if Xerxes gets a run of games, he will be able to push up Cunha and Mbumo and find them with lovely flick-ons. Could be a joy to watch, but we will never know. Free my 9.5. And that's funny when you said free my 9.5. I could easily interpret that as free my 9 to 5. And I'm like, bro, yeah, you're right. Free my 9 to 5. I don't want to do it no more. Ivan, free me. Free me, Ivan. I trust the Slovenian medical team more than United's to get Sesko back on track. Ivan, you've not said a truer thing, bro, than that. I definitely trust Slovenian medical team over Man United's 100%, bro. Like, it's not even play games. Yes, Turkish. I just hope Xerxes and Manu turn into Ronaldinho and Pirlo during AFCON. Prove the gaffer wrong. That's the only thing they could do. They need to up their game in the absence of Ahmad and Mbumo. TK, big up TK in the building, people. Player of the year in the Prem so far is Granit Xhaka. We could have had him. Xhaka has done well, but Casemiro's done well in our midfield. That's another thing to think about, guys. When I said to you that we've drawn or lost every game, every second half game, I'm going to look at the variables, and one of the variables is Casemiro being substituted at 60 minutes in every game and how that affects us. There's so many variables to look at in terms of why we don't do that well in second halves, why we start second half badly. And I'm going to proper take a look and analyze a lot of information in my video later on. So be prepared for that. Anyway, Kobe Manu injury update. What's happened with Kobe Manu? This was actually tweeted before the game, but I don't think a lot of us paid attention, or we just didn't know, or it didn't come up. Either way, Kobe Manu will miss Manchester United's match at Tottenham Hotspurs, which he did, with a minor injury. That's it. He had a minor injury. It's not that big. He should be back very, very soon. Hence why Jack Fletcher, as you guys know, Jack Fletcher was included in the matchday squad. Very well done, Jack Fletcher. Good on you, young lad. So yeah, nothing really. Picked up a knock. I expect Kobe to be back very soon. Not a major injury at all, guys. So nothing to be concerned about with Kobe Manu. So that's good. I mean, we don't see him anyway. He doesn't really play, but it's good. News in Ben Jacobs, your favorite guy. I know Ben Jacobs. Ruben Amorim trusts Kobe Manu. Okay, these are sort of things that I'm always like, what's the purpose of this tweet? I'm going to read it out to you guys, but I'm reading it. I'm like, Ruben Amorim trusts Kobe Manu. And I'm like, okay, all right. Manu has spent the most time with Amorim working on tactical evolution. Amorim wants him to build maturity and intelligence. The problem I have with this tweet, yeah, is that it's making Man United fans believe that he doesn't have maturity and intelligence. And as I said before, because Amorim controls the narrative, he is the manager. Just like when Ten Hag controlled the narrative and, I don't know, certain players wanted to control their own narrative and they got kicked out of the team. The manager controls the narrative. So the manager comes out and says this guy needs to build maturity and intelligence. We automatically think this guy is not intelligent and he's not mature. And we keep hearing these things from the manager, and I get to the point where I'm like, shut up. Is it me, guys? I know I can articulate myself a lot better than what I just said. But sometimes I'm like, you're always coming up with these obstacles for Kobe while we see Bruno Fernandes shit the whole place out. Stink the whole shit the whole place out, you know. Stink the whole place out game after game. Yeah. While at the same time saying making all these he's not mature, he's not intelligent. And what was it before? He doesn't have the pace to go up and down the pitch, but Casemiro plays. All of these obstacles that didn't exist before last year for Kobe, right? These obstacles weren't there. They didn't exist. If you follow the manager's very narrow way of seeing football, if you consume and adapt and adopt, eat up, you know, everything that he does, you will start reaching these crazy conclusions, bro. Kobe Mainoo is very intelligent. He is. He can play. We've seen him play. So I don't know, guys. I've delivered the news to you. This is what's been said, and I've given my opinion. And I want you guys to give yours. This is how it works, guys. This is how it works. TK said, how can Mainoo get injured while sitting? TK, come on, man. TK, my guy, chill, man. Man said TK back pain, you know. You guys have got no chill, you know. I swear down. It's funny though. Did the bench he sat on break under him? You guys taking a mick. I reckon Xerxes sat on him. You lot are foolish. They keep fighting for the same spot on the bench. I had Mainoo turned up 2 hours before kickoff to get his favorite spot. Oh man, it's funny, bro. That's funny though. But yeah, it's like I said, I don't know, man. Like these guys have become laughing stocks now and banter guys. These two have become banter guys, and this is all because of the manager. The manager's done this. He's created this environment where they become this. And you know, sometimes some players don't recover from stuff like this. Some players simply don't. And this is the manager doing this. So it is what it is. It is what it is. What's this poll that's come up? 20 goals conceded this season. Of these 20, how many were conceded when Casemiro was off the pitch? Is this some trivia? How many goals have we conceded when Casemiro was off the pitch out of the 20? Listen, I'm going to go at least 11. Out of these 20 goals, yeah, I reckon about at least 11 were conceded with Casemiro came off the pitch. So I'm going to go with 11. That's my vote. I don't know what the answer is going to be, but it is what it is. We'll find out later. We'll find out later at the end of the stream. At the end of the stream, so make sure you answer that poll, the little trivia peoples. Ruben Amawim. TK, Ruby. TK's Ruby. Dara Tordi. Big up, Dara Tordi. What do you what do you mean by HOJLUND record or recall? Dara, do not worry. I did not mean to scare you. I did not mean to give you nightmares or nighttime sweats or any one of these things. Yeah. It's just that a lot of the fans wanted to recall HOJLUND. And I've been hearing the news. I've been seeing it. So that's the reason why Fabrizio Romano had to come out and say it's not happening. Because so many fans were trying to push this recall HOJLUND narrative. So it's not happening. It's not happening, but it is something that's being spoken about. So it's a talking point for the chat. So Dara, please don't worry. Big up Dara in the chat. Don't worry, my guy. He's not coming back. So yeah, everyone big up Dara. New person in the chat. Make Dara feel welcome as we do in this community. Quickly, let's do Ruben Amorim's international break plans. What's going to happen these 2 weeks while we are bored out of our minds? Like, international break. Like, back in the day, I used to look forward to international break when Italy was an actual good football team. When Italy actually had, I don't know, flipping Christian Vieri and flipping Del Piero, and Totti. Yeah, I'm not even talking about the defenders like Maldini and Nesta. Back in the day when Brazil had Brazilians. When Brazil actually had Brazilians. Now they just have these fake Brazilians that just run around like Premier League ballers. Yeah. So I used to watch international football when international football was international. When Holland had ballers, when flipping Holland had flipping what's his name? Aaron Robin and all these guys. Yeah. Now there's just like international football is I don't know. I just don't know, guys. So wake me up when the World Cup starts. That's when I will start watching. Yeah. Anyway, Ruben Amorim, Ruby, we still haven't done this yet. What's he gonna do on international duty? He said it's a little bit frustration, but also a little bit of pride of the response of the players after the second goal of Tottenham. Then to look at the team, I understand that this is just the tip of the iceberg. So we are just in the beginning of becoming a very strong team. We have a lot to do and we are going to work with the guys that are not going to the national team. And we are going to evaluate everything, trying to see also games from the kids. All right. Watch the under 21s and under 18s and whatnot. Fair enough. Ruby. So try to use this space on evolution of our club, not just for the first team. Cool. It sounds like you're gonna have a good 2 weeks off then. Like that's what it sounds like to me. Like watch a couple games from the under 21s, train a couple man them. Cool. Like, all right, cool. Very, very interesting actually. We are starting to become we're in the beginning of becoming a very strong team. One of my issues, actually, guys, is the fact that we are playing football with Casemiro and Bruno. And as much as I like Cas and all these things, we're not building. It's not sustainable because they're not our future. We're not playing the team, yeah, that's going to be played or we're going to be playing with for the next 5-6 years. This team will be dismantled next year again. I have issues with that. It doesn't really sit well with me. So when he's like, we're becoming a strong team, I'm like, when you replace your midfield in the summertime, you're gonna have to coach the new players your system, your tactics. Are they gonna get it straight away? Are we gonna have to? I don't know. Just speaking out loud, guys. Just contemplating things. But let me know, guys, what you are feeling. Anyway, let's move on. What do we have next? Amorim on why. I've always wanted to know this answer. I've always wanted to know why his great grandfather's son, Dallo, him and Dallo, why is Dallo in the leadership group basically? And De Ligt is not in the leadership group. This leadership group is very, very weird. Who makes it, who's in it. Anyway, let's find out why is De Ligt not in the leadership group. Okay, we choose. Sometimes there are players who lead in the way they play. Then there are players who have a different involvement in everything that happens in Carrington. I'm just trying to put different styles in the leadership group. Huh? He's trying to put different styles in the leadership group. Let's read on. But in the end, everyone has to be a leader, which is true, and to help each other. I think he's doing really well, really aggressive, is defending well. None of that so far has explained to us why he's not in the leadership group. So let's read on to see if we're going to find that information out. I think he has more quality with the ball than he is showing. I think De Ligt he looks good with the ball. But if he can offer more, then that's good. But when we reach a very good point, our three centre backs will control the tempo and the quality of the game. There you go, guys. If you guys have any evidence or any information that this manager thinks or wants to make a system, play a system where the three centre backs monopolize the possession, they hold the ball the most. I already told you that he doesn't care for the midfield. The midfielders are supposed to be the ones holding onto the ball, monopolizing possession. But under his glorious system, guys, it's the three centre backs that will be the playmakers. The central midfielders are flipping shuttle runners that cover the ground like flipping dogs. I've already told you guys this, how this man plays football. Yeah. And he's just said it there. I've said it already. I said that eventually we're going to have to look at the three centre backs. If we're going to go full steam ahead and buy into this system with our full hearts and our full chests, because that's what the system dictates. This manager needs very, very specific types of players. And these players need to be world class. And that's another reason why I fear that it might not work out. When I say work out, I mean this won't be the manager to get us to the Premier League title. I don't think so. But I wish and I hope I am wrong. So big up, people. Let me know what you're saying about this. He didn't tell us why De Ligt is not part of the leadership group per se, apart from the fact that people have different qualities and some people lead, and he needs different characteristics within the leadership group. That's why he put his two Portuguese mates. He put his two Portuguese mates in the leadership group because he wants difference. He wants diversity. So what does he do? Two Portuguese done. Oh man, if you follow the manager's words, yeah, and you buy into the man, you will be twisted because he's such a wordsmith, yeah, that he contradicts himself so much. It's insane. Anyway, on to the next one, like Jay-Z. Manchester United are offering supporters the chance to tour the new Carrington for £100. So, who's doing it? Raise your hands. Raise your hands if you are spending £100 of your hard-earned money to tour Carrington. Not even to experience, not even to go to the gym. You're not going to the gym. You're not working out. You're not going to the pool. You're not doing it. You're just looking at things. Like, put it this way. Museums are free. Most of them, yeah? The Tate Gallery, all these things where artists paint and do all this. It's free for you to walk into and see some stuff, right? Why would I spend £100 to walk into a training complex? TK is. TK spending £100 to tour it. Fair enough. TK gets paid more than me, obviously. He's in North America, he's in Canada, so long money. TK's money is long, but yeah. I don't know, guys, but let me know. Let me know who is spending £100. I mean, at the end of the day, we're trying to make money. The club is trying to make money any means necessary. And to be fair, how much is a tour? How much is the Old Trafford tour? The tour of the stadium? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much the Old Trafford tour. I've been on it before. I mean, I can literally see the tour book right there. But I'm not sure how much the tour of Old Trafford costs. But I feel like £100 for a tour of the training complex it's a lot. But TK, I don't know. Maybe I got a different perspective. Maybe if you get me, if I come to UK and go to Manchester and paint it, it will be just a drop in the bucket to me. Fair enough. Different perspectives. TK's from Canada. So if he's coming to Manchester, I can get it. Spend £100, tour this new facility, you know, take everything in. But the Old Trafford tour, TK, believe it or not, I think it's cheaper. I think the Old Trafford tour is like 30, £40. And it's strange to me that the touring of Carrington is like triple the price of the tour of the actual stadium, Old Trafford. Well, I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, once in a lifetime for me. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, I hear that though. I hear that. You can't really. I can't really say anything about that. To be fair, I get it. I get that. Yeah, yeah. And plus, like you said, Carrington's where the players actually work every day. The Old Trafford is where they spend 3 hours a week. They go there, they arrive there, warm up, play their match, warm down, fuck off. Carrington's where they are for every single day for at least 4, 5, 6 hours. So I hear it, but not for me. All right, quick one. Cunha and Casemiro will not be travelling far during their international break as Brazil's 2 fixtures are in London and Lille. So just a bit of information for you guys. If you guys wanted to know that about Brazil, Casemiro and Cunha. Martinez is also set to train with Argentina. I think we spoke about that last week, and we're just reconfirming that he's going away to train with Argentina. He will not stay at Carrington to train. Even though he's not fit, he won't play. He's not fit enough to play, but he will go with Argentina to train with them. So that is Martinez as well. And just a random piece of news to finish off, guys. Kolo Muani has fractured his jaw. He fractured his jaw playing against Manchester United, guys. That is crazy. I didn't even know he was. Did he go off injured, Kolo Muani? I can't even remember. But the tweet says a reasonably positive diagnosis shows that it does not require surgery, so it should be less than the 6 to 8 weeks that has been touted with regards to recovery time. So yeah, I didn't know he fractured his jaw. Apparently, Maguire. It was Maguire who did it. Apparently, it was Maguire. So Maguire, your head is strong. Very, very strong. And to end, we're going to end on something quite nice. We know the Glazers, we know Jim, we know these billionaires, and we know how they operate. We understand capital. I'm an economist. I always got to say, I'm an economist. I'm a financial advisor. I understand these guys. So this news is positive. It's good. I like it. So we're going to end on this news. As you can see, Manchester United have made Old Trafford available to the homeless so they don't end up on the streets. Former players from the club such as Wes Brown, Phil Jones and Michael Carrick took part in the social action. I don't know much more about it other than what I've just read out to you, but it can only be a good thing, right? Right now, the PR, especially after Jim fired everybody and the tea lady and the tea lady's dog, Jim Radcliffe was just firing everybody, to come out and say, do you know what, we're going to open Old Trafford up for the homeless. I feel like we need a bit of positive PR. We've been having positive PR. Last week, we were drowning in positive PR. We had 10 interviews from Amrim. We had 1,000 interviews from Wilcox. We had all of these Cunha this and we had Lenny Euro. So this positive campaign, the positive PR, I feel it's good. It's good. It's good. I don't know how long for. Maybe just one. Imagine, I'm not laughing, but imagine it was just for one time. Take a picture. I can imagine it just one day only. Take a picture, put it online, just to show that we are good people. Yeah, that we're not rich and we're not, rich capitalists that don't care about people. Because Jim just fired half the Jim fired half the staff at Old Trafford at Manchester United. So I feel like he has to do something like this to appear to be human, to appear not to be a reptile, yeah, to appear to have a soul, a soul. So positive, good. You know, the problem I have with this year is I hope none of these guys are sleeping under the roof with a big hole in it, because we know Old Trafford, there's a massive waterfall, yeah, Duns River, Niagara Falls, yeah, at Old Trafford. So I just hope any of these homeless guys to stay away from the waterfall, and you'll be good. So yeah, nice news. Look at this. What? Wait, why is West Brown? Hold on a second. So let me hold on. Sorry. I'm hold on. So they've opened it up, yeah, for the homeless, and you have people who are not homeless sleeping there because this is okay. Now it's sounding suspect. Now the thing is sounding suspect because all right. Here's what I'm saying. Right, if it was just open up to the homeless and you're doing a good thing and you don't want press and you're just taking a picture of it because you're just doing the right thing, cool. But it sounds to be a bit more like an initiative. It's an initiative, which means they want to be seen. They want to be seen doing it. They're doing it for a reason. You got Wes Brown literally sleeping with. Because I'm thinking, why would these rich footballers? Sorry, this is not going well. Why would these rich footballers, yeah, like just be just sleeping with homeless people when they've got their castles to go to? Like it's just strange. But he's doing it just to be part, like because it's an initiative. He wants to be seen with them, like which is making me feel different about it. I can't articulate it in words, guys. But now that I'm starting to understand what this really is, yeah, I get it. I get it. Manchester United have a social contract with the area. They have a social contract with Manchester. It's supposed to be a football club for the area. Like, let's not forget that. So they are supposed to be doing initiatives for the area, for Manchester. I totally understand that. And even though I'm looking at it slightly different to how I started looking at it, it's still a good thing, right? So I don't know. It's also raising money as well. So I don't know, guys. It's sorry. By the way, I wasn't laughing at homeless people or any. You guys know me. I wasn't laughing at that. I'm just laughing at why is West. I'm laughing because it was shock to me to see this Wes Brown laying there with his sleeping bag. That's why I was laughing, guys. So, big up the chat. I would steal something from Old Trafford and have it on display in my theatre room. And that's funny, yeah. TK says he's got a theatre room. That's what my eyes focused on. TK having a theatre room. I'm going to TK's house. TK, I'm coming to your house, bro. um, Dara, for how long? It's a charity event, so they'll do it a few more times. It's not what I thought. It's not actually what I thought it was, but it's still a good thing. TK says the homeless will have to fight Manu to sleep on the bench. Here come more fractured jaws. Oh man, crazy video. Never knew of it. Shivam says they need to keep a place for Manu too because soon he will be unemployed under Amrim. You guys don't forget Zex, who will soon be neighbors with Manu. My gosh, you guys. I hope not. But at the end of the day, they're grown men. Zex is a grown man. Manu's a grown man, and I'm not their dads. I'm not their father. So if they lose their place, if they get sold, life goes on at the end of the day. But I just don't want them to be sold. But If it happens, it happens. We just keep moving. Theatre room currently occupied by the homeless. Is that Bants, TK? You know me, I'm a bit slow, bro. As in, is you? I don't know what you're saying. Is your theatre room is currently occupied by the homeless? So, are you doing a good deed as well, TK? If you are a good man, if you are a good man. Anyway, guys, that is, I believe, all of the latest news that I can find. No further update on Sesko's injury has come out yet, and it's 8 o'clock. Um, like I said, I'm gonna record my. It's not gonna be really a tactical analysis because I was thinking of analyzing the goals that went in. There's so many things I could look at in my tactical analysis, and I'm like, do you know what? I'm gonna do something different. I'm not gonna do the tactical board and all of these things. I'm just gonna explore the halftime stuff, take a look at the halftime stuff, and this make a video about it. Who is better, Kone or Mainoo? Honest verdict in the system under Amram. Who's better in the system under Amram? I don't know. Is the answer. The reason why I'm not gonna say who's better, Shivam, is because I haven't seen Kone play one single game with adults, with grown men in the adult team, and so I can't even compare him to someone like Mainoo who's played in the World Cup semi-final and finals. Like it's just different. It's different. Um, so just based on that, Mainoo is above Kone. Like I said, I'm not gonna allow the manager to make me think that Mainoo's not a good footballer. Like he's not gonna brainwash me like that. We could talk about Mainoo not fitting into his system, but then I'll be like, fucking change your system. That's what I'll say. Um, Big up suspect in the chat. United above Liverpool in the league. What I love to see. Big up suspect. Yo, suspect. What are you saying about Arsenal? Because I know you're an Arsenal fan. This is the time that you guys need to win the league, suspect. You have to, bro. This is. I know I've said to you guys many times that Arsenal would not win the league in my lifetime. When I said things like that, this is it. This is the year you have to win it, bro. You guys are stinking the place out with your set pieces, corners, and all these things. You guys are Stoke FC in the whole league, yeah? Liverpool are not there. Man City are still in their little transition. You guys are good. Defensively, you guys are good. If you guys don't win the league this season, then I don't know, bro. I really don't know. But it is good that we are above Liverpool. I agree. And long may it continue. Big up the chat. Smash the like. Share the video. Do all of these things. The chat is very good. One of the best chats, in my opinion, out there. I've been involved in many YouTube communities, and this chat, my chat that is forming, very sick. You guys are very intelligent. You guys know your stuff. So big up everybody. Smash the like. Let's see what the answer is to the poll that we put up before we go. Also 2 weeks international break. So guys, as usual, we're gonna have to find things to do. So any suggestions about little things we could do? Any little shows? Any little quiz? We said we're gonna do a little quiz. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a quiz. Let's do a quiz this week. We'll get a quiz master so I can take part in it as well. And we'll do a quiz, like a Man United quiz. That's something silly, something fun, because 2 weeks is a long time, people. So,
Which body is a bigger scam? Heisenberg.
or Lost. What do you mean Lost? Do you mean John Locke from Lost? Do you mean John Locke from Lost? He kind of looks like John Locke from Lost. Heisenberg a little bit. Today's MVP is Ivan I must break you, Drago. Are you saying that from? Oh yeah, Ivan. That's Creed. That's not even Rocky. Ivan's Creed. That's the second Creed, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. When he faces Drago's son Ivan, that's second. That's the second Creed. I love the Creed movies, man. Really good movies. The Creed movies. All right, that's it, guys. Big up the chat. The answer in the poll. So 20 goals conceded this season. Of those 20, how many were conceded when Casemiro was off the pitch? All right, guys, that's a question. Before you guys go, 20 goals, yeah, Manchester United have conceded this season. Of the 20 goals, how many were conceded when Casemiro was off the pitch? And what's the answer? 15. My lord. Like I said, guys, I'm going to do a tactical analysis, yeah, about our second halves. And I'm going to look at the variables and I'm going to look at the data like this. To understand, yeah, when I tell you guys what I can see with my eyes, that as soon as Casemiro leaves that fucking football pitch, every game around the 60, 70 minute mark, we look crap. So to know that 15 of the 20 goals we have conceded them when Casemiro has been off the pitch. When I told people last year that we don't really concede that many goals when Casemiro plays, people didn't want to listen. I know he's slow and all these things, but he's still the best midfielder we have. That stat, yeah, is absolutely shocking. The question I have for you guys is, does the manager know that stat? Does the manager understand what happens to us when we take Casemiro off the pitch? Because Bruno can't do these things in midfield. 15 out of the 20 goals we have conceded, we've conceded them without Casemiro being on the pitch, or after Casemiro has been subbed. That's wild. That is wild. Shivam says, I mean Ten Hag or Slot. um. I don't know. Shivam wants me to answer that question seriously. I don't actually know, you know. This is how I see Slot. Slot came in, didn't change Klopp's tactics, didn't really change much, kept Klopp's team and told these guys to play, and they won the league. As soon as he started putting his fingerprints on stuff, Liverpool look smelly. Now, that could just be confirmation bias, but I think there is something in that. So I don't know. Anyway, guys, that is your show today. Big up yourselves. Thank you for joining as usual. You guys are the best. This chat is the sickest chat. Big yourselves up. That was your Monday Fallout show. Slot is lost. Listen, I'm loving it. All I know is that I feel happy. What Suspect saying? I'm confident Arsenal will do the work in the league and the Champions League. We're top of the league with all these injuries. That's true. You guys have injuries and you guys are still... It's your defense for me, man. You guys just don't look like... Even though you did concede against Sunderland, other than that, you guys don't look like you're troubled. But my concern is, can you rely on those set-piece goals all season? I think 2/3 or 3/4 of your goals, something along them lines, have come from set pieces. What if that dries up and you have to start scoring from open play? Fair enough. Fair enough though, bro. Anyway, big up, guys. Big up, Suspect. My guy, always. Yeah, man. Has to happen, bro. We're old men now, man, but a link up should still happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? So big up, my bro, Suspect. TK, rest of the chat, Shivs, Dara, big up Dara, new in the chat and subscribe. Thank you, Dara. Make sure you come back. The next show will be the Wednesday show, same time, 7:15 Wednesday show. The fantasy football thing link is top left of the screen. I'm gonna listen. I started this fantasy football league, so we need to pay attention to it, and I keep saying it. So on Wednesday we'll have a look at the league. I wish we did some money thing. Now that I've thought about it, I wish we did a thing where the winner gets some kind of money. But it is what it is. Sometimes just do things because you like doing it. Not everything money. And I don't get paid for this. I'm not even monetized, so it is what it is. Big up everybody. Smash the like, subscribe, share if you care, and I will see you guys next time. What's the ending? And we